What's going on, fellow Walking Dead fans? Hope you're having a pretty good day. This is my review for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 14, titled Mother. Now, a few weeks ago when we found out that this episode was titled Mother, we all thought, oh, Madison is going to return. And this episode, she didn't return. Now, I don't think she'll return for Season 6 whatsoever. I think the writers will actually end up listening to the fan base. I think they will bring back Madison next season because even though she didn't appear in this episode, she was referenced big time, and I think there's a way you could bring her back, definitely, because we never really got to see maybe her dead body or her as a walker or anything like that, because in this episode we actually get to see some people from the stadium, from the group that was in the stadium a few seasons ago when Madison was there, when Nick was there, with Alicia, when they had like a grounded group where they thought this would be the future, and then it ended up, all falling apart like every single community does in the Walking Dead universe. I really enjoyed this episode, but I also really enjoyed the opening sequence because we go back to right when the zombie apocalypse happened. We get to see Teddy in prison just when it all kicked off. He's in his prison cell. He's got a picture of his mom on the wall. He's got his journal. He actually had loads of journals in that cell. And there's writing the end is the beginning and other weird kind of cult type leader crazy weirdness stuff into that notebook, which was pretty cool, and he is crazy. And then we get to see a prisoner doing the walk of I don't know what they use in prisons, but like the death row walk where they're going to get executed, and there's a prisoner there and he's crying no. He got a few prisoners, probably the warden as well, bringing them to get needled or killed, executed. And Teddy's like, don't worry, man, it's the end is the beginning, you will come back in a new world and stuff like that. And then one of the guards is like, do you really believe that shit, Teddy? So I thought that was pretty good. Or Maddox is his second name, so that's pretty good. And also we get to see on the wall as well some clippings of newspapers of when he was kind of arrested by John Dorie Sr. and also some of the crimes he committed as well. So that was pretty interesting. Nice world building there. And actually I forgot, because last week's episode we got to see John Dorie Sr. We're going to get to see these two characters collide again. They've got a huge, long-lasting history and rivalry as well, because John Dorie got him put in prison for 30 years, but didn't do it in the right way. He even admitted last week, I kind of, I bent the rules a little bit to get this guy away because I knew how bad he was, but I didn't do it the right way. That's kind of haunted them as well. So get to see them two characters collide again is going to be pretty awesome. But then, Teddy's in his prison cell and an alarm goes off, all the doors open, and there's walkers everywhere as well. And this is Teddy's dream, because this is what he's kind of put into existence for the last 30 or 40 years of his life, or even more. He said the end is the beginning. This world that we live in will transform into a new one. So I thought that was interesting. He leaves the prison cell. Actually, one of the officers come in, who's now a zombie, now a walker, stabs him in the head, kills it. That's his first kind of walker kill too. Brings his journals with him and leaves the prison. Then he probably slowly but surely starts building his end is the beginning cult community group as well. So I thought it was a pretty solid opening. Really enjoyed it. It's cool to go back and actually see the start of the zombie apocalypse again. We haven't really got to see that since maybe, the first season of Fear, or when, Rick Grimes, Shane and stuff like that. So I thought it was a pretty cool opening. And Teddy's a fascinating character. I really like Teddy, even though I don't like Teddy. But he's an interesting character, and it's a pity because he probably will die by the end of the season, I'm guessing. I don't see him getting to season 7, but it's still cool to just see this character for a few episodes and see what he can bring to the world, because he definitely is one of the most weirdest villains that we've ever had in The Walking Dead. But in this episode, Alicia, of course, is a prisoner by the end is the beginning group. They're holding her captive, and Teddy is trying to convert Alicia to be one of his followers. And he sees something in Alicia that, he thinks that by him ending the world, the end is the beginning, she will begin the world again in the right way. He kind of sees maybe a lot of himself in her, but also he referenced that he sees a lot of his mother in Alicia as well. So it's interesting to see kind of Teddy's thinking in this episode. Teddy's an interesting character. I think he's very fascinating just to watch on screen, some of his dialogue, the way he moves, interacts with characters. And you know what? He is kind of a cult leader, and you're kind of thinking, he has a pretty good point at times. You're thinking maybe I might join his group, because they have loads of supplies, weapons. They actually are a safe community, but his end goal isn't too nice, isn't too good. But of course, he's trying to convert her to join the group, and he wants to go on a journey with Alicia, but also the community is bringing in new members that they found on the road, and one of them is Dakota. And Dakota's kind of big plan here is to go undercover to find out what the end is the beginning group really wants. because she's trying to get redemption for killing John Dory, and we're still not over that whatsoever because John Dory is a great character. It's a shame that he ended up getting killed off, and Dakota did that, so we all kind of hate Dakota right now. And Dakota was a character that I didn't really mind, but now I don't like Dakota whatsoever, so she has to go on a big redemption arc to kind of gain our trust again. But in this episode, Alicia will not trust her whatsoever, and she's dead right, and by the end of the episode, she was even more right. But yeah, they set upon this journey, and Teddy wants to bring Alicia in the same direction that the stadium was. So Alicia thinks, oh, this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to, play on my emotions by bringing up my mother, the place that my mother died and stuff like that. And Teddy's like, no, I'm not. I'm just going to go see my mother. And they go to some gravesite. So on the road, they get to this graveyard, and they open up this coffin, and it's Teddy's mother. And Teddy wants to bring his mother into the next world, kind of, But he's kind of playing on the emotions of Dakota and of Alicia as well, because they've both lost their mothers as well, and that's why he ends up bringing Dakota as well, because he finds out that she lost her mother. So, it's kind of a very mother-themed episode, even though it is called Mother as well, but in the actual episode, mothers have a big part to play, from probably the first one of the episode right to the last. So it was a pretty interesting theme to use for this episode. And we all have a mother, of course, and some of us love our mothers, some of us had bad relationships with our mothers, fathers as well, but I think in this episode, it was interesting to see Alicia lost her mother. She loved her mother. Her mother sacrificed herself so others could have a new beginning. And you get to see that Teddy's mother didn't really like him, maybe because she thought he was crazy. And then Dakota didn't really know who her mother was and ended up trying to kill her mother, but then wanted to be loved by her mother. So there's interesting themes there. And I think as viewers, we can relate to some of those kind of aspects of the characters where we love our mothers, maybe we didn't get on with our mothers and stuff like that. So I think that's a good relatability factor to have with an episode of The Walking Dead, because we all have a mom. But yeah, they take the mother in the back of the truck and they're driving off, everything looks fine, but then a tire blows out. A few walkers come, they killed a few of the walkers and stuff like that, and actually Teddy's mother falls off the back of the truck, and Teddy runs out, mother. He definitely was a mommy's boy growing up. But out of nowhere, a character that we haven't seen in a while is Cole, who was in the stadium. He was a part of the stadium group. Cole's there, he has a gun, he shoots down a few of the walkers, and Alicia is very shocked. Oh my god, you're alive, it's you, and stuff like that. So we find out that after Madison sacrificed herself so everyone could live, they couldn't find Alicia, they couldn't find Strand and stuff with the big fire. So they went on living, Cole and his community went on living and stuff, and it seemed like they were doing okay for themselves. But Teddy is also trying to call back to the end as the beginning group so they can come help him with the tire, but he can't get them on the walkie-talkie and stuff like that. And then he goes to Cole, do you know anywhere else we can, fix our truck or get a new truck or something like that? Because they have loads of petrol, loads of oil and stuff for trucks and things like that. Because the end of is the beginning group is very well stocked. Food, everything, they have everything exactly what they need to survive in the zombie apocalypse, and they're trying to bring that all underneath ground so they can be in the new world, which is very strange and very weird, and Teddy's overall plan is one of just absolute destruction. But they set upon a journey anyway to go to this kind of garage, to get some tires or maybe to get a new truck and stuff like that. So, but then Alicia and Cole are kind of having a discussion and stuff about what happened. And it's interesting because Alicia thought that her mother sacrificed herself so these people could live, and it looks like that's what happened. So that's good. No, she sacrificed herself and these people could live. But they get to the garage, and then all these masked people come in with guns, and Cole is a part of this group. And while Cole was talking to Alicia, that he said that, look, we were attacked, we were killed, and then now it's revealed afterwards he's a part of this group, but they will never be kind of tricked again. They will never be in a vulnerable situation. And really, Cole's group, Alicia's old group, have become what they hated. They have become what they feared, what they fought in previous seasons, because they think that's the only way to survive. Even though Madison killed herself, sacrificed herself so they could live, they've used that second opportunity to be bad, to be evil and stuff like that. So Alicia is pretty pissed off by that big time, and then we have kind of a big discussion going on between Teddy, Alicia, Dakota, Cole as well. What's the right thing to do? Cole's community just wants to kill all of them because that's what they do. They meet people, they kill them, end the story, they can't get turned on, nobody can come back and bite them in the ass and stuff like that. But they actually want to find out where Teddy's community is, because they know that Teddy has, everything that they dream of. Safe place to live, loads of, food, all that kind of stuff. So Teddy won't tell them, of course, because Teddy is kind of this this weird mastermind as well. He doesn't mind dying because he knows that his legacy will live on. Because Teddy gave Riley the keys anyway for the big master plan to happen. So Teddy doesn't care what happens to him. He doesn't care if he dies because he knows his legacy will live on with the rest of his group. The end is the beginning group. So he doesn't fear death whatsoever. He's not going to give up his own people. I know, and Cole's getting a little bit frustrated because he won't spill the beans. He won't tell them exactly where their community is, where their camp is and stuff like that. So Cole decides, okay, I'm going to get your mother here that's in the back of the truck. And I'm going to blow her head off. And Teddy's like, go on, do it. I don't mind. Do it. And he does it, and he blows the head off of this dead corpse. And then Teddy reveals that it's not even my mother. And then Alicia's like, what do you mean it's not even your mother? We drove out here to get your mother. Why would you lie about that? And Teddy's kind of plan was, everything was a coincidence in the episode. He was like, I just wanted to prove that your mother sacrificed herself for people who ended up dying anyway, or actually, better yet, have become what they hated, become the bad kind of apples of the earth. So Teddy's point is proven. It really, really is. So Cole tries to maybe persuade Alicia, look, come with me. We don't usually do this, but come on, live with us, be with us. We can go to this guy's community and see what they have and stuff like that. We can live on, or even we can just get away from his big plan. We have enough gas, we can drive away, get a halfway across the country and avoid it big time. But Alicia doesn't want to do it because she believes in the good of people. She believes in her family, Morgan, Strand to an extent as well. She wants people to succeed. She wants goodness to succeed. So that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to find out what Teddy's overall plan is. She refuses. Cole's like, fine, we're going to have to kill you. So they put, Teddy, Dakota, Alicia all on their knees. We've seen this before. Negan, Virginia tried to do it a few episodes ago as well. They're kind of overusing that, get on your knees stuff so we can blow your head off. But just as they're about to do it, walkers come. Alicia runs over, stops Cole from maybe shooting Teddy and stuff like that. And then walkers come in and everyone's kind of eating. And then there's kind of a standing off point between Alicia and Cole. She has the gun to Cole's head. Now, you would think that Alicia wouldn't kill Cole because they used to be friends. Maybe they used to have feelings for each other in a way as well and stuff like that. Maybe, at least as family, So, but she ends up killing him, shooting him straight into the head. I was expecting her to do it, but I also wasn't expecting her to do it because it could have went any way whatsoever. Walker could have come in, bit him, and then she would have to kill him. Something like that, But she actually just killed him right there. And then Teddy, of course, is happy with this. Dakota's kind of happy as well because this kind of proves her point that she was talking about earlier on the episode. Because we're more alike than you'd think. We, and Alicia's like, there will never be a we. I don't trust you. I don't want to be with you. You're bad. You killed John. I can't trust you whatsoever. I tried to give you a second beginning. I tried to give you a new life, and you wouldn't take it. But now Dakota's kind of obsessed with Teddy as well because Teddy's very persuasive. He can get people who are maybe vulnerable and make them join his community, join his cult. And I even think Alicia a few times was kind of contemplating, is this guy kind of right? He kind of knows a lot of stuff, but in the end, she kind of sees him for what he is because he's a liar and stuff like that. But Teddy reveals in this episode that he killed his mother because Alicia's like, oh, did your mother think you were a nut job as well? And he kind of gets, that's a bit of a trigger for Teddy big time. And he's like, no, I just killed her. I killed her, I buried her in the back garden, and I worried for the winter and for the summer that somebody would come and find her, but as spring came, I think it was, flowers started to grow and stuff like that, so nobody ever found her, and that's when Teddy knew the end is the beginning. The end was for his mother in the ground, but she rose back up through a flower or something like that. So that's just the way he thinks. He's pretty crazy. He is just absolutely crazy. And then in that moment as well, he reveals to Alicia that the plan is, the key is to a submarine that has a missile and will blow up all of this area. So Alicia's like, well, then you have to go. She has the walkie-talkie, she has the gun to his head, and you think she's about to kill him? Of course, but she wants to warn Morgan as well and Strand and everybody about what the master plan is, why they wanted the key in the first place, why kind of the bounty hunter in episode 1 was trying to kill Morgan, and then that kind of group came as well. The two guys, Morgan ended up killing them, but they wanted the key. This is for the submarine, for the missile. And Alicia decides he's going to have to die. You have to die now. But then good old Dakota, damn, it was so annoying. Dakota behind Alicia with a shotgun. It's like, you don't do it. Don't kill him. Teddy can give me the next life that I want, that I thought you could give me, but you never did. So Teddy, he's very good. He's very persuasive. He can get people on his side pretty quickly. That's what he's kind of a mastermind at. And Dakota kind of falls for it again here. But just before the end of the beginning group comes to Teddy's rescue, firepower, all that kind of stuff. There's loads of them. She's able to get Strand on the walkie-talkie and say, look, you need to get to a beach. Look for a submarine. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're trying to get. And then, they all come in and take the gun off her and take the walkie-talkie off her and stuff like that. Then Riley, of course, he's just mad to kill Alicia. He wants to kill her now because, look, Teddy, she was gonna kill you. And Teddy's like, no, she's important. She will be the next beginning. So Teddy's pretty crazy, but he likes Alicia big time. So this mansion is pretty big and actually would be a pretty cool place to live in a zombie apocalypse. Looks big enough for loads of people to live. But there's an underground bunker. And I think their plan is to blow up kind of the top soil, the upper earth, and live underground because they have enough food. Anything that they need, they have enough of it so they can live underground and maybe in a few years re-emerge like a flower, a seed growing up into a flower or a tree or stuff like that. Maybe that's what their end goal is. But they go underground into this bunker and Teddy puts Alicia in this kind of like a safe, kind of like a cell door where she's locked in, because he's like, I'm probably not going to see the new beginning because I'm the end. You're the new beginning. You're going to make the next world. And Alicia's like, don't lock me in here. I'm not going to make the world that you want me to make. And Teddy's like, yeah, that's exactly it. So that was a pretty scary moment as well, because imagine being just locked down there, not knowing how you're going to get out or if you will ever get out. So Teddy goes back up anyway to try and make their master plan become reality. They have the key. They know where the submarine is. They know that it brings up a missile that will blow up everything. So yeah, that's what their end goal is. So it's very, very interesting to see where it goes. But of course, Morgan knows now. Strand will probably go tell Morgan. Everyone will come together. Sherry's group, Dwight, all come together to try and fight the end is the beginning group. And it's going to be an interesting battle. I don't know if it's going to actually be a war between the two communities, because there's a good few in each community, but the end is the beginning group have a lot of power. They've got a lot of guns, a lot of weapons and stuff like that. So we'll have to see how that goes. But again, it's Morgan. Morgan's pretty badass. So let's see how it goes. We've got 2 episodes left, and it's set to be one of the most exciting endings to a Walking Dead series ever. I would say, I really, really would say that, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where this is going to go whatsoever. Obviously, they probably don't succeed the end of the beginning group, but people might die. They might succeed a little bit, We just don't know what exactly is going to happen. Morgan could end up leaving in a helicopter and everyone else dies. You just don't know exactly what's going to happen for the end of this season. But look, as I said, week after week, 14 solid episodes now. The writing's been pretty good. This episode was a little bit choppy and stuff because, you had Cole, his group come in, he's actually bad, stuff like that, and then the walkers come just in time to kind of save Alicia, Teddy, and Dakota and stuff like that, Yeah, that's a little bit, but it's a show. Come on, it's a show, and I had good fun with it big time. So we'll have to see how next week's episode goes. Next week's episode 15, is titled USS Pennsylvania. So interesting how that's going to go. There's no kind of plot for that episode yet, so I'm excited for it. I am big time. Guys, thanks for watching my review for Fear the Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 14. Now, if you're a zombie fan, I'm sure you're a zombie fan because you're here watching a Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead review. There's a new Netflix movie out on Netflix right now called Army of the Dead. I did a non-spoiler review for that on the channel. Go check it out. But if you want to explore spoilers and talk about theories, and maybe you've watched the movie. If not, go watch the movie. It's pretty badass. It's pretty cool. If you love zombies, you're going to love that movie. But tomorrow night on my other channel, Real Talk Live, I'll put the link in the description for this. We're going to have a full spoilers, discussion, theories, breakdown, explained video, live stream. So you can come, you can get in the comments and let me and my co-host know your thoughts on Army of the Dead. So it might be some fun. So definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. I think it's #1 in every single Netflix territory right now around the world. So that's pretty badass, pretty insane. So go to that channel, link in the description, subscribe to that. Please put the notification button on for the live stream, for the channel, so you can catch every single video. But tomorrow night's video will be pretty cool, the live stream discussion, where you can get in the comments. We bring your comments up on the screen, and we get to see what kind of theories or ideas that you had about the movie. It should be a lot of fun, so hopefully you can come and have fun with us, because I'm looking forward to it big time. But thanks for watching my review for Fear the Walking Dead, Episode 14 of Season 6. Looking forward to the last 2 episodes, see where this is going to go. Another solid episode from the crew of Fear the Walking Dead, and they're really giving my my itch because there is no main show right now until August. So I'm glad I can scratch it with Fear. But guys, let me know your thoughts below. As always, give a like, comment, subscribe, come follow me on all the social medias, Movies That Matter. I appreciate it. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow night if you want to join for the live stream on Real Talk Live, or next week for the review of episode 15. Guys, thank you very much.